everyone, it's Stephanie from My Porch Prints, and today we're going to be making this My Gift Fall Junk Journal. This is a journal that's kind of special because it's filled with gifts that you can give to somebody. Things like tea, bookmarks, notepads, that sort of thing. So we're going to go ahead and get started putting this together. Right now I've got the cover here, and I went ahead and I scored all along the edges, everywhere there's a fold line. And you can kind of see that here. And I wrote a note to myself about something because I forget to do things sometimes, so I write little notes. But so we're gonna go ahead and just fold along the lines, and then this part right here, this tab B, is going to hook onto this other cover. And so we're gonna go ahead and just glue that on right here. All right, and then we're gonna go ahead and fold these tabs down and glue them closed. And the reason these are on here is just to kind of cover up the white edge so that it's not showing. You could also have inked the edges, but I found that this just gives it a neater edge. Okay, and when you're all done gluing these little tabs in, it should look something like this. And the next thing we're going to do is locate our button closures. And oops, got a little glue on my hands. I'm going to go ahead and just punch a hole in the center of these. I'm using a 1/16 punch, but you could use just a needle or an awl or whatever you have on hand to poke a little hole in the middle. And what we're going to do is we're going to attach this button, this first one, to this, which is going to become our flap. So when our journal's closed, it's going to look like this. And this button's gonna go here, and this one's gonna go here, and that'll create a closure. But to do that, and to hide the brad fastener, which are these things, we're going to go ahead and just kind of mark where we want it. And I'm going to make a little mark with a pencil. Hold on just a minute, I've got to grab a pencil. Okay. And we're gonna go ahead and punch another hole right there. And I don't think my hole punch is gonna reach that far, so I'm gonna go ahead and use just an awl. Okay, so I've got a nice pointy little awl, and I'm going to just go ahead and poke a hole where that mark is. There we go. And then I'm going to use my brad fastener to hook this on, and I'll put a link down below to these so you can get some for yourself if you want to. And you don't have to do this, you could just tie your journal closed if you want to, but I think this is a nice way to close it. So then you'll see this is going to get covered up, just like that. And we're gonna go ahead and glue that shut now. There we go. And then we're going to make the matching button. So we're going to close our journal just like this. And we're going to kind of line these up, just like that. And I'm going to make another mark. And another hole. And I've got my brad. Go through here and through here. And then I'm going to go ahead and just attach that. Okay, and that's going to be our cover. We're going to set this aside for just a minute. Oh, before we do, I've got something else that's that you'll want to do, and that is grab some distress ink, and I'm going to just ink along this inside edge right here, because I found that this can show sometimes when we're finished with our journal and this white edge is just kind of glaring right there. So we're going to hide it with a little bit of ink. And you'll kind of see once we get the journal put together why that's a good idea. For now, we'll just leave that, and we'll set our cover aside, and we'll start on our pages. Okay, so there's no particular order to the pages. You can put them in any order that you want. And what I did was I went ahead and scored along the tab, and then I scored here, and you can kind of see where the middle line is. There's like a little gray line right here. I don't know if you can see it very well. Let me try this one. There's a little gray line right there, and that'll tell you where the middle is. So you score on that line, and then you score on the tab. And then we're going to fold our pages in half and fold our tab backwards. And I'm going to go ahead and use my bone folder to really smooth this out, because you want it to be a good crease. There we go. And all we're gonna do is attach the pages to each other. And you can start with whatever one you want for your front page, your very first page. And then just attach the next one by gluing it onto this tab, just like this. And just make sure that everything's kind of, you know, square, or as good as you can get. And then we're going to keep doing that. We're going to keep attaching pages. Make sure that you've scored and folded your pages so they're nice and straight. And you can see there's a little white poking up, which means this one's not very straight. I'm going to try to get it better aligned. It may need trimmed. And then we'll attach it again, and we'll just continue to do this for all the pages. Okay, and now I've got all of my pages attached, and I'm going to go ahead and just cut off this final white tab. And we're going to go ahead and attach our pages to our cover. And to do this, I like to take the first page and the last page and round the corners. It just gives it a little bit more of a finished look. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Okay. And before we insert these into the journal cover, we need to fold them backwards so that it's white on the front here. So instead of, you know, our image being on the front, we got to fold it backwards like this, if you don't already have it that way. There we go. And then it'll be white on the back as well. And that way we can glue it into our cover. And you want to take your cover, and again, just make sure this is on, the flap is on the right side, and open it up. And then make sure your journal is right side up. And we're going to go ahead and glue this first page into the front cover. And you just want to make sure that it aligns with the fold and with the front cover. And there's a little bump where it's covering that button brad that we put in earlier. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with this back page. We're going to glue it into the back cover here. And if you don't like the back of your pages being white, you could always flip them over and print on the back of them. But obviously I did not do that. I'm not too worried about it. Okay, and now we've got our pages inside of our journal cover. And you can see where we inked that edge right here so that it doesn't show. And these pages will pop out like this. So again, if you want to print on the back, you don't like it white, you could do that before you start assembling your journal, before you cut anything out. But we're gonna go ahead and just leave it as is. Okay, and then we can start decorating our pages. So this page with the pear is actually the sweet treat page. So we need to locate the items for that. And it comes with, oops, this little pocket. And let me see if I can find the rest of it. And a lot of the pages will have the name of the item, the gift. And some of them will also have blank labels. So if you wanted to write your own thing, you know, for instance, on the gift card page, if you don't want to give a gift card, you could write something else and put it in there. And same thing with the sweet treat. If you'd rather give something that's maybe not a sweet treat, you could change that up if you want to with one of the other labels. But I'm gonna go ahead and just attach this pocket. And we're gonna glue on the round side. And it just goes right here. And again, if you want to attach the label, you can put it here or you can put it on this page, wherever you want it to go. And then that's just a little pocket that you can tuck something into. All right, and for the tea page, we have a little teacup pocket that goes on here. And then we also have a little label and a couple of small tags. And we're gonna go ahead and glue those on. And if you're going to put a tea bag in this little teacup pocket and your tea bag is bigger, you know, than can fit, you could always leave one side unglued. So it's just kind of like a little tuck, and you could give yourself a little more room there. And if you want to embellish these a little more, you could add some cheesecloth behind these little tags, or you know, add your own little lace or buttons or decorative embellishments, something to make it more personal and special if you want. This is our notebook page. And for this, we've got some decorative butterflies. This little notebook cover. It looks like a little envelope. And we have these little just kind of embellishment decorative pieces. And then this comes with these little notebook pages. And I went ahead and printed these on paper. And we're just gonna align them at the top and place them inside of our notebook cover. And then I'm going to go ahead and just staple these. You could attach them any way you want with a brad or whatever. And that just creates a little notepad. And then to close this, you could use a little piece, you know, of ephemera or something to tuck it into. Or you could use like a magnet. I'm gonna go ahead and use some VELCRO dots. And that'll just help keep this little notebook closed. And I'm going to attach this over on this side of the page. I'm just gonna go ahead and glue it on, but if you wanted it to be removable, you could create some kind of like belly band if you want, you know, something to just kind of hold it in place. And then I'm gonna take my 3 butterflies and I'm going to layer them from largest to smallest. And I'm just gonna go ahead and fold around the butterfly's body to give the wings a little bit of dimension. And I'm gonna layer those on the other side of the page. Okay, so now we're on the autumn leaves, and this comes with an envelope. It looks like this, and you just fold in the sides and the bottom, and then the top. And this is to hold your autumn leaf stickers, which I put here somewhere. And you don't have to make stickers out of them. They can just be some pretty decorative leaves that are like fussy cuts that people could craft with. But I went ahead and made mine into stickers, and I just did that by printing them on my Cricut and cutting them out. I print them on sticker paper. And we're gonna go ahead and glue our envelope shut and then put our stickers in it. And if you want, you could even use some of the stickers to decorate the outside of your envelope. I'm gonna go ahead and just tuck these in for now. And then you can locate your fall leaf tag, and this just folds in half. And if you want to, you could cut this circle out and then cut out your leaf and maybe try to make it like a specimen card by putting the leaf in between some clear acetate or vellum or something. I'm not going to go ahead and do that today. I'm just going to close this and we'll use it as a tag. And I think I will go ahead and use one of these leaf stickers to close my envelope. And then I'm going to glue this to create a pocket. I'm going to glue the sides and the bottom. And I'm going to leave this top open, and then I can slide my little tag inside of here. Just like that. Okay, and this next page is our bookmarks. So I'm going to locate the pocket for that. And if you found it's a little too big, you could always trim a little bit off the edge. I'm gonna go ahead and just glue the sides and bottom again to create a pocket. I'm gonna locate my bookmarks and slide them in. If you wanted, you could add tassels or, you know, little toppers of some kind to these. All right, and the next page is our seed packets. So I'm going to grab those. And these are just envelopes, and you can fold in the tabs just like that. And then fold this large side over and secure it with glue, and then you can fill them with seeds. And if you don't have seeds or don't want to use seeds, you could also make these into a kind of sachet and fill them with some pretty scented, like small potpourri of some kind. And then instead of using the seeds label, you could just use one of the blank labels. But if you do that, you probably don't want to use this one because it actually says pumpkin seeds on it, but this one doesn't, so you could use this one instead. I'm gonna go ahead and set this one aside and attach this pocket. I think I'm gonna round these corners. Okay, and this is our recipes page. And for this, we've got this pocket. I'm gonna go ahead and fold this. Okay, and for the recipe cards, whoops, we have 3 cards, and then we have tabs that you can use with them if you want to. And I'm just going to hook these on here. Oh, and I forgot that there's a white spot on the front of him. So this one's actually backwards. My bad. Let's see if I can save it. There we go. And that's just to write the recipe on, if you want to, the name of the recipe. Okay, and the last page is the gift card page. And that comes with an envelope for you to place a gift card in. But again, if you don't want to include a gift card, you could just use this little tab here that says for you, and you could put a letter or anything you want in there. Okay, and then to finish it off, if you want, you can add one of these labels to the front. And you could add one to the back as well. And then we'll finish it off with a piece of twine. We'll just go around these buttons. Okay, and there you go. Got a nice little gift to give to somebody. Let's take a look through it again. Don't forget you can put a sweet chocolatey treat in here. And I think I've got my tea bag somewhere around here. There we go. And these are our notebook. I don't have the label on this one, but you can add that if you want to. Autumn leaves. Bookmarks. Seeds. Recipes. And a gift card. All right. And that is how we do it. Thanks for watching, everyone.